Welcome to the deep dive. So, you're probably listening because you want to figure out how to get your business noticed on social media, but maybe without spending a fortune on ads all the time.
That's a really common goal, isn't it? Trying to
Oh,
crack that organic growth code.
exactly. And today we're diving into a great resource for that. It's a YouTube transcript from Marley Jacks called How to Market Your Business on Social Media for Free.
Ah, yes, Marley Jacks. What's interesting there is she apparently built a seven-figure business online, and for years she did it without paid ads. That's pretty compelling.
Right. So our mission here is to pull out the really actionable stuff from her experience, things you can use to grow using free social media strategies.
Sounds good. What are we covering?
We'll hit how to get started, the biggest mistake people make, the good and bad sides of going the free route, and then some handy tools, free and paid ones.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So, getting started, where does someone even begin with free social media marketing?
Well, Marley's first point is crucial. You absolutely have to figure out where your ideal customer, your target audience, actually hangs out online.
Right. Are they scrolling Facebook, pinning on Pinterest,
Yeah.
maybe chatting on Clubhouse or somewhere else?
You need to know that customer avatar, that demographic, really well. It's step one.
And the advice is to focus, isn't it? Don't try to be everywhere at once.
Exactly. Pick the platform where most of your audience is concentrated. That's your fastest path to cash, as she puts it. Best return on your time.
Makes sense. You can test others later, but start focused. She mentioned starting broad herself, then zeroing in on Facebook, Instagram, and eventually YouTube.
Yeah, that refinement process seems key. Okay, so on the flip side, what's the big trap people fall into early on? The number one mistake.
Buying followers. Definitely. It seems like a quick way to look credible, right? Get those numbers up.
Oh, yeah, the temptation is real, but it backfires, doesn't it?
Massively.
Yeah.
Marley explains it just tanks your engagement. Real people notice. Your metrics get all skewed.
Because those bot followers aren't real, they don't like, they don't comment, they don't share, it makes your real engagement look terrible.
And you can't figure out what's actually working. It messes up your whole strategy if you try to scale later based on fake numbers.
So the alternative is what? Just build it authentically.
Pretty much. Focus on creating genuinely valuable content. Stuff that actually helps your audience and positions you as someone who knows their stuff and authority.
Okay, value. Marley also mentioned something interesting from Russell Brunson about painting a future-based cause. What's that about in practice?
It's about tapping into aspirations.
Right.
People follow because they want some kind of transformation.
Ah, okay, so it's like maybe your audience is where you used to be before you figured things out.
Exactly. If your now is their desired after picture, then sharing your journey, the struggles, the solutions, that's incredibly powerful.
You're showing them the path, how they can do it too.
Right. It builds trust. You're not just selling, you're guiding,
Yeah.
sharing stories, being relatable, but also authoritative.
Makes sense. So how do you know what content they actually want? You can't just guess.
Good question. Marley suggests two main things. First, listen. Pay attention to the questions people are already asking you or asking in groups online. Those are like little clues, breadcrumbs, she calls them.
Find their pain points by listening. Okay, what else?
Use keyword research tools, things like SEMrush or even the Google Keyword Planner. See what people in your niche are actively searching for.
Ah, okay, so you combine the questions you hear with the data from search terms?
Precisely. And then create content that answers those things based on your own experience and expertise. Provide real value that way.
Got it. Now, a really big point she stresses is moving people off social media eventually. Building an email list. Why is that so vital?
Oh, this is huge. Social media is great for reach, for discovery. But you don't own that audience.
Right, the platform does. Algorithms change.
Exactly. Your reach can get throttled overnight. Or the platform could even disappear, theoretically. An email list is yours, direct access.
So you need a way to capture those emails. Lead magnets, freebies.
Yep. Offer something valuable, a guide, a checklist, a template in exchange for their email address. That's how you build that asset.
And yeah, she acknowledges email software costs money as your list grows.
True, but the argument is the ROI is much higher. People on your list are generally more engaged, more likely to actually buy something down the line compared to a random follower.
It's a more reliable, long-term connection. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Let's talk about the pros and cons then. Free social media marketing. What's the upside?
Well, the obvious one is it's free. You can reach a lot of people without spending on ads.
Can't argue with free. What's the main downside then?
Time. just takes a lot more time and consistent effort to build momentum organically. It's not instant.
You have to really show up consistently over the long haul.
And you're dealing with those platform changes we mentioned. Algorithms get updated. New platforms pop up.
Like Clubhouse, which she mentioned. Suddenly there's this new place your audience might be, and you need to learn it, allocate time to it.
Right. It requires you to stay adaptable. But that also leads to an interesting point she makes.
Which is?
The first mover advantage. If you jump onto a new platform early, before it gets super crowded.
You can potentially grow much faster. Less competition.
Exactly. You might become a known voice there more easily, so there's opportunity in those changes too.
Okay, interesting. Now, she briefly compares this to paid marketing. What are the key differences there?
Well, paid ads can offer faster growth. You pay for visibility, essentially.
But it's not a magic bullet either, right?
No. She points out there's a learning curve. You have to figure out targeting, what ads work. It doesn't always pay off immediately.
And algorithms affect ads too. Plus, costs can go way up during busy times like holidays.
Definitely.
Yeah.
More competition means higher ad prices.
Yeah.
And it's not set it and forget it. You have to constantly monitor and tweak paid campaigns.
Plus, the risk she mentioned, getting your ad account shut down, that happens.
It does, which makes having that solid organic free strategy really valuable as a reliable foundation. It's always there, plugging away.
Right? Paid can be an accelerator, but organic provides stability. Okay, let's talk tools. She mentioned some specific ones to help manage all this.
Yeah, she listed a few helpful ones, and many have free options to start. First was Hootsuite.
That's for scheduling posts, right?
Yep, social media scheduling helps you stay consistent across platforms. There's a free plan that's decent to get started. Paid plans add more features.
Okay. Then ActiveCampaign.
That's her pick for email marketing. Not free, starts around $9 a month, but she really emphasizes its value for newsletters, automation, driving actual business growth and sales from your list.
The cost goes up with more subscribers, but ideally the ROI makes it worth it.
That's the idea. Then there's ClickFunnels. That one's a bigger step up.
Sales funnel software, $97 a month after the trial. Sounds like a serious tool.
It is. But she mentioned her own success with it getting those 2 Comma Club awards twice. That means generating over $1 million through a funnel built with it. So high potential impact for scaling.
Wow, okay. Significant. What else? TubeBuddy.
Yeah, that one's specifically for YouTube. Helps with keyword research for your videos, seeing how people interact, even A/B testing your thumbnails. Free and paid versions available.
Useful for optimizing YouTube content. And SEMrush again.
Right, mentioned again for keyword research, especially finding those trending search topics that people are actually looking for on YouTube, treating it like the search engine it is.
Makes sense. And the last one was completely free.
Yes, Facebook Creator Studio, it's built right into your Facebook business page, lets you schedule posts for Facebook and Instagram, check your analytics, get growth ideas, all free.
That sounds incredibly useful, especially for managing those 2 major platforms without extra cost.
Definitely a great starting point.
Okay, so wrapping this deep dive up, if we boil down Marley Jax's advice on free social media marketing, what are the absolute key takeaways for you, the listener?
I think number 1 is focus. Know your audience, know where they are, and start there. Don't spread yourself too thin initially.
Right, and then consistently create valuable content. Answer their questions, share your journey, build that authority. Don't just sell constantly.
And crucially, make building that email list a priority from day 1. Use lead magnets. Own that connection.
Understand the trade-offs too. Free means more time, more consistent effort. Paid can be faster, but has its own costs and risks.
Stay adaptable with the platforms. Maybe even look for those first mover opportunities.
Yeah.
And definitely check out some of those tools, free or paid, to help streamline things.
Ultimately, her story shows it is possible to build something substantial online without a big ad budget up front. It just takes strategy and persistence.
Absolutely. It's encouraging for anyone starting out or wanting to rely less on paid ads.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. Thinking about your ideal audience, where are they potentially most underserved right now? Which platform has a gap where you could become that go-to voice?
Yeah, where could you leverage that first mover idea and really dig into that future-based cause?
Yeah.
What transformation are they truly seeking?
How can you be the one to guide them? Think about that. It's about creating real connection, not just collecting followers.